On the ones and twos, on the ones and twos. Hey, you have now tapped into the Deez Ninjas Podcast, and we are so glad.
So glad.
So glad that you came to kick it with us. I am JJ Dynamite, the coolest ninja you know, and I'm here with some ninjas and some ninjets. How y'all doing? Cash D.
What up? What up?
Taz.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hey, Barb.
Big chillin'.
And Shanni Love, where you at?
What up, though? I'm here. We all here.
Yeah. So glad that you're here with us. Hey. Oh, man, I don't know nothing about that bop right there.
Nope.
Currency.
I forgot my sunglasses.
Uh-oh.
You don't need sunglasses.
We're not in the sun, bro.
He just want to be like me.
Yeah.
It's no sun. We're not in the sun. You don't need no sunglasses.
I do.
Episode 51, how y'all feel?
Hey.
So good.
Nope. So good.
So good, man. I'm sipping on some tea.
So good.
I probably should have had that.
Should have had some tea.
Yeah, some hot tea.
I got some more.
Thanks to you.
Y'all got tea here? Because all y'all pass out is hen dog.
We got tea. I got tea.
Tea's a new vibe. I take it.
I brought tea.
Been here a while. I never had offer of tea.
Oh,
Do you guys drink tea?
I drink
do.
tea. I'm a
Everyone
big
tea drinkers?
Yes,
Would
we
you
are.
like me to bring tea?
drinker.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will.
You know what I'm saying?
I drink
Shawty?
tea regularly.
What
Very
kind
I
I
good.
drink
will.
it more than coffee.
Do you?
You know,
Yeah.
it's a black-owned tea spot in Inglewood.
It's a
I've
tea
heard of it.
spot
I
in
haven't been
particular?
able to get there yet.
You mean like a place like to go sit down and drink tea, or somewhere just to buy
bar?
different type of teas?
To drink tea.
To
It's
drink
a tea bar.
It's a tea bar.
Yes.
Hi, man.
I'll have to try that.
Mingles.
Mingles. Took my mama.
Oh.
Shout out to mamas and me.
Look, when you said tea bar, that ring, that ting, set that little light bulb off.
Like ting.
Yeah. Set the light bulb off.
Tea gives you like a lot of different moods. So like I can drink it. Like I know black tea really wakes me up better than actual coffee does. And then like
Really?
yeah.
Coffee
And then
doesn't-
like I got a lot of like the chamomile tea
Right.
will get you relaxed.
Oh, yeah, that'll-
before
yeah.
You
bed.
like cream in your tea?
No.
I was just about to
I
ask,
do.
do y'all spike y'all tea?
I had cream in my tea. I love that
Occasionally.
shit. That shit fire. And coffee don't keep me up, but you're right. Tea will, yeah. It's
Tea is-
different.
Get you up.
Because
It's
tea,
smart.
the caffeine
Mhm.
content is underrated. People
Yeah.
don't think about that.
Right.
But
That's
you
why I
can-
have to watch when I drink, like the type of tea I drink, like at night, because I know like if you drink the wrong one, you be, ooh. So what time we going to bed?
You
Like,
never had an Asian milk tea?
No.
Or a boba?
no.
Really?
Those are
I'm not the
good.
Boba fan.
I have cream in this tea here.
Asian milk tea is
So I
fire.
won't let you.
No,
drink
I don't
my
like the
tea.
Boba.
No, I don't do the
I
boba.
won't. I don't.
I
That's
don't do the boba. It's pointless.
particular
I don't
thing. I
understand
know
what the
that.
fuck that shit is.
Well,
When I'm
I
going- when
wouldn't
I'm
take
going
it
for
that
that
far,
particular-
but he said Boba's pointless. I said I wouldn't. I don't like Boba, but I wouldn't say it's pointless.
It
Hey,
doesn't.
man.
Never had it.
It's not a thing for me. I'm
not
not
for me.
rolling.
I want balls in my
I like
juice.
lemon
Yeah, you want
Pointless
balls in your
balls in
mouth.
my
That's
juice.
what it
and
is, huh?
honey.
My favorite is like
It's just when
ginger.
I'm.
Ginger tea is different
You're
too.
an
When
asshole.
you're sick.
And I drink ginger tea like almost every day when I wake up in the morning. You know, jumpstart
Good
that
for you.
system.
Yeah, that's
And
good
I
for
put
you.
a sprig of what you call it, rosemary.
Ooh, sprig.
And now
Yeah,
that rosemary in
sprig.
there sets it off and gives a little bit of a little bit more fire to that ginger.
No, I feel that.
I have a
I feel
question.
it.
Oh, go ahead.
What constitutes a sprig?
The little
That
one of those little things. That's what it's
piece.
called. A
Yeah,
sprig.
sprig. Mhm.
Well, look at my
Use that as a stir.
unsophisticated ass. I didn't know what a sprig was. Did you, Shani?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're going to leave me out here by myself.
Well, yo, man.
You don't want to. You know
Now,
what?
but look,
I would have.
learning is growing, bro.
So
Learning is growing.
I was gonna lie and
Sure
say
is.
no, but then I remembered I'm mad at you, so I'm not
Oh,
going
so you're
to.
trying
So you knew
not
what a
gonna
sprig
do that. I
was?
did,
Everybody, sprig.
but I wasn't gonna leave you out there alone because that's what. No.
It was almost back.
That's when to grow on, my guy.
That would have ended it all. Just
Little vegetable lesson.
got it, bro.
tomatoes.
Yeah. Hey, so ginger tea.
Yes.
Mhm.
Little
I
honey.
do like lemon water in the morning now,
Oh, good.
and then coffee.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I didn't say will not say that I don't do coffee, but I just find like that extra energy. I get more from tea than I do coffee.
Okay.
And if I'm doing coffee, like it's about the flavor of the coffee to me. I could drink black coffee, but I can't like drink black Folgers or nothing like that. It has to be
some good shit.
Yeah, like
Something good.
Wow.
Jamaican coffee. I can drink black with nothing. It has good flavor.
I drink a lot of coffee. It's cold
I
as
ain't
fuck
drinking
where I live.
nothing without flavor.
In the morning.
You know, I've always felt like I really never became an adult because I don't like coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are you?
I don't know, but
That's funny.
Every
It's
adult
like
I
'cause
know drinks
you don't
coffee.
appreciate the taste at all.
You want to call it appreciate, okay, but yeah, it's
No, it's not for
is it an
everybody.
acquired taste like beer? Because I don't like beer
I'm-
either.
Oh, I don't like beer.
I didn't like beer. My grandma tried to force that on me as well, but the coffee thing was her thing. She get up, I'll be up. She just make the shit like it's early as ever right here. I was like, oh sure, I guess this is what we doing.
I don't even own a coffee pot, so
own a pot.
don't let a nigga spend the night and be like, "Can you make me some coffee?"
I've drunk coffee from
Oh,
since
I
a
have.
young age.
I have not sent y'all my
Off and
Amazon
on at different periods of my
That's
life.
what you want.
housewarming list. I'm gonna send all y'all niggas this list before I get out of here today. It's Amazon. That shit gonna land right at the crib.
Right.
Just pick what you want.
So we give housewarming gifts, but there's no housewarming party. Hello,
Yeah, it's a party.
where is it? Virtually or in real life?
We could do it on Zoom or real life.
See, you full of shit, Cash. You full of shit.
Just
All
let
right.
it happen.
All right, now we're back. Cash has a housewarming coming up. That's established.
Let's just let it happen.
All right.
Just let it happen.
All right. Now we on. Gonna say, how's everybody's week? Gonna say,
My
you
week
had,
was
you had some
good.
stuff you said you wanted to talk about.
I am back,
Yeah.
at the school physically
Yeah.
in person.
How's that?
It's pretty interesting. I've been getting my steps in. It's much easier to exercise when you're physically having to walk up and down a hill for kids and stuff. But
What's your ideal step count?
I try to hit 7,500 a day. It's like my goal.
Right.
But I don't want to really get all my steps chasing people's kids, but that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So it's okay.
Cash been back at work. You like being back at work?
No.
I feel you.
You
No.
said I
High
thought
five.
you did.
I did for the week I got out the house. I'm ready to be back at home.
Man, that
I'm-
work from home is everything.
I miss being at home, but it's okay. I get my steps in too. That's why I asked. I'm about at 6,000.
So you do that at work? Do you do it on like
It's part of
purposely, or do
Yeah,
you like,
it's
or is
part-
it just a part of
It's
work?
part of my medical thingy. I got to walk and get up and try to get some walking in to strengthen.
No, I
that.
feel that. I'm just saying, do you do it as a part of your regimen?
Oh,
or
well,
do you
you
have
be-
to go out of your way, like
No, it's part of my regimen ever since I've been there. It's a big little space and to be boring. So it's just better just to when I call you, I'll be walking around anyway. But it's cool, man. My week was cool. It was a good week.
All right, that's cool.
I didn't know it was
back at
hot
work?
down here.
Yeah, I returned back to work, so I've done 4 shifts, and in those 4 shifts since I've been back to work, my neck hurt, my back hurt, and my hands hurt. I'm like, dang. So it really is, attributed to probably bad posture sitting in those chairs and the stress when I clench my shoulders up and people screaming, they don't know where they are, but they want me to help them. Okay, help me out. What's step 1, please? Step 1, do you know the address? Nope. You know what street you on? Nope. To cross streets. What building are you standing in front of? You standing on the corner? Okay, so there's buildings on the corner. All right, you still don't know what building that is either, and
Yep.
you want help.
Your
All
job kind of high on the like stressful jobs list.
Very high.
That's why she see a therapist.
But I got a question because I thought the myth was when they call you kind of triangulated and knew where they were calling from. I
Well.
thought that was the general.
There you go. Triangulate. Okay, not to get too geeky, but it has to hit off certain towers. Sometimes that wave hit off another tower, and then tell me that this is accurate within 900 meters versus 5 meters. Now, when I got
Bigger
the 5
radius.
meters, we're good. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, if you're calling me from an apartment complex, I might pinpoint you right on top of your apartment complex, but there's 324 units. Now, where do we go?
I got it.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
Shanni, I heard you perfected working from home.
Yeah.
I'm saying whenever I talk to you, you seem to like you at work and you at home, and everything seems to be like in a good space.
It's this work from home this work from home has been real good to me. Yeah. And we're never going back.
Never going back?
Never.
Oh, happy days.
I'm saying, like, yeah.
Hey, shout out to you.
She said, hey, she sounds very comfortable.
I like the vibes coming from that way on that, because I feel you on that. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nah, she's like, she be like, nah, man.
I'm only looking for at-home jobs.
No, that is like they were talking about the thing. What you talking about?
The Great Resignation.
Yeah.
So I do have a comment on that.
Okay.
I'm for it, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
I feel like this. They want you to do a whole lot of work for very little pay. That makes them a whole lot of money to do no work. So I think that it is perfectly within people's right. I don't think it's lazy. I think that's the problem I'm having. Like, a lot of times when I see it discussed on TV, it's like with this thing of, how dare you not want to work for pennies? Like, you're the lazy one because you don't want to. But I think with people having to sit down and not be able to go to work really made you rethink things. Like, wait a minute. So I'm going to work for 8 hours.
Right.
With literally minimal medical.
Which is pretty much like all day.
Right. And you don't want to give me medical because you don't want to give me decent medical. That's also coming out my check. Then when I get my check, I could barely pay for stuff, but I'm watching you out on your yacht and stuff. Now, here's the thing. I don't have anything against rich people. But I feel like with this Great Resignation, people are learning, no, you need to pay me what I'm worth. Like, if people are learning their worth, and if you're not willing as a company that makes a lot of money to pay your employees, then you deserve to be short on employees.
What's going to happen is, I don't give a fuck what nobody do. You got a great point. I don't care if you quit or not. It's personal, right? People doing it for various reasons. What's going to happen is the people that's quitting won't benefit. It's going to be the people after them that benefit, because they're going to just pay certain people more and use less people. That's all that's going to happen.
And things, they will find out ways to automate things.
And then they're going to find out ways to automate.
Right. Business kept figuring out how to profit without all those employees during the last year. So anyway, figure out how to work it out.
But I'm on that work from home, Barb, though. If I can figure that out, I'm going to do that.
I'm with people if, finding other ways to obtain their income. If that works and that's beneficial to them, don't just be quitting just for the sake of, because other people quitting and you think it's the thing to do.
But you know what it also proved, though, was that, the whole thing used to be, we can't have people work from home because then the productivity goes down. But since we've been in this pandemic, because it's less stress, you don't even mind getting up. Like, I could get up in my pajamas and work in a happy environment. That's all out the window. They found all people are saying is
still able to be productive, right?
Right, because even though we were talking about before it started about how inflation is going up, bacon is like $12. How can I afford bacon if you won't even pay me? Like, come on now. If they gonna make the money, they can at least pay their people.
Well, what's coming.
They have a game going on too with all these jobs available, because you go to like Del Taco or all the fast food restaurants, you like 9 o'clock, you still ain't open. Why? Because it's a sign on there that says it doesn't have any employees. Well, go apply for the job and just see what happens. They're like, look at all these jobs paying $20 an hour. Sure, they're paying $20 an hour, but then that caveat comes, we're only going to give you 24 hours a week. Now you're just making the equivalent of basically $10 an hour, and we don't give you medical because you are a part-time person. So they're running game to get all these part-timers.
Well, let's be real. All of that aside, how long did you really expect for niggas to be like, man, I really don't even want to do this work and shit, to be honest with you? No, whether the deal is sweet or not.
You said, say that again?
Whether the deal is sweet.
No, what was the first question? How long?
How long did you really expect it was going to be before people was like,
I'm tired
I want
of
to do this work and shit?
I'm tired of this. Because now it's like, people, depending on where you're working, it's not, the wage is not supporting for housing. Right. At all. It's not, you can't afford to get a spot without having a roommate or a whole house full of heads.
But I think even if it was, there's still that bucket of people that's still going to be like, man, fuck this shit. There's so many other ways to make money now. And I don't want to keep doing this. I want to enjoy my time. I want to enjoy my family.
That's what I'm saying. The people that figured that out, what I'm saying is it's still a select people that are doing it because they're joining the wave and they seeing, but they don't have that outlet.
I want to be retired before 45.
They don't have that outlet.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
At 34, I'm done.
It's rough, man. Like my mom said, she's been working since 15, and I just looked.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn,
that's what I'm saying.
Still working.
That's me. No, the way I've been working since I was 16 years old.
That shit is so crazy to me. Like it's like who wakes up and just goes as a little kid? Yeah, I just want to work the rest of my life. Like that's nobody's like
that. Yeah, that's like and that's like the setup. It's like you've been fed this. Do it like this. Do it like this. And like no,
it doesn't seem like a happy life. And okay, I just said I'm 34. Ain't gonna be no Social Security for me. Not that I could depend on that anyway, because it's pennies.
Hell yeah,
but it's not gonna be.
I've been hearing that my whole life.
The business model just changed. There were generations that could go to work and
they was having pensions and all of that.
They stay at the same job and
forever.
They retire from there, and then they good
and get they go watching it.
And they good.
Now they don't want to give you to go watch.
They good. They still at home. They still at home right now. Right?
People are having to work into their 80s.
Yeah.
Because they can't survive.
I got me a 15-year pen from my job. They gave me a pen. It looked like the 10-year pen. The other guy, I'm just saying, the other guy, he got his 20-year pen, and then another one was 25. I said, "Oh, you got yours while I was gone?" He's like, "Yeah, you get a paperweight."
Oh.
Who has paper anymore? Like I'm being real, like everything on the computer. So that's real confusing to me that I'm gonna work 25 years to get a paperweight.
You give all this time out of your life, and it's like you don't get shit for it.
Yeah.
You don't get shit for it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie that my job don't be having some good benefits though. That's what they do have.
Right.
As far as like recognition, they quick to give us some money for recognition or for however long you've been working there.
That's cool.
That's what they're fighting for now, though. They were saying like a lot of people that didn't have unions before, they're getting the unions now because of this Great Resignation, and people are basically say pay like you weigh.
Pay like you weigh. Pay me for what I'm worth, and it's like a wage commensurate with the way that housing and the way society is
right, because everything is going up, but your pay is like we arguing about making $15 an hour. Like you like, oh well, when your parents worked, they didn't make $15 an hour. Well, rent
that 15 ain't even enough.
Like $10 a month.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That 15 is not enough, and y'all don't want to.
The rate at which it's going versus the way everything else is going. It's nowhere. Just never saying.
And you want people to be excited to get up and go to work, to have people yell at them. Because let's just be real, a lot of these jobs, and it's not just customer service jobs, but wherever you have to interact with other people that do not work in your realm and understand how your realm works. Like I said, I'm teaching now, and it just amazes me sometimes what I get yelled at about, and it's like, I'm sorry, it makes me think of like Lethal Weapon, where he's like, I'm too old for this shit. Where you just be like, you mean to tell me I can't retire now? Like, it should not feel like that to go to work every day, where you just wake up in the morning, you like, shit, I got some days off that I can take.
Right. It should, and life shouldn't, it's not just supposed to be about your work.
Right.
Have you guys seen Cat Williams' new comedy special? I think
he got a new one. I like it because he be telling the truth.
I think I saw it on YouTube. And that's what he's doing. He doing what he do, right? But he gave an interesting just take, right? He said, man, they done lied to you just off top because they tell you it's 24 hours in a day, right? But they don't really separate the day from the night. It's like, they don't, that whole little just premise. They said, nigga, it's like more like 12 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? Because at night, the different activities are going on. So they say, but they say 24 hours because you don't feel so bad giving them 8. Right? But if you was giving them 8 out of 12, right, it'd feel a lot different.
Yeah.
The whole vibe would be a lot different, the percentage. So it's all a matter of perspective.
That's important.
I think if they don't make some changes to add benefits and pay people like living wages, I think that Great Resignation is going to last a little longer than what
that's true.
They believe.
But I find it dope in this scope, like Shanni was saying, the people who have found other ways to make money.
Hell yeah. Entrepreneurship really came up through this pandemic.
Entrepreneurship, people just found out, learned and how their money was working for them, and just other angles, and Right. Because everybody that started a business ain't really business owners.
Yep,
so that's
true.
It's going to get crazy. But, you know, it's dope that people are at least entertaining it.
Yeah. I like it. You find new things, you know. You find new hobbies and shit that you like. I think this pandemic was good for at least teaching me, because you're not going to speak for me, about what I like and what I don't like. And you know what I really learned about myself was I like my peace. There was something about not having to get up and be around people that just made me happy. Like, and I thought I was a people person, but I just
found out maybe not.
Man, I was like, you mean I ain't got to really get up and move until I feel like it?
Exactly.
For me, it was the fact that I have not been sick since 2020. So it really let me know how nasty motherfuckers are. It's y'all. It ain't me.
It's not them.
It's not
yeah. I feel you. Because you've been not around all them nastiness.
Yeah.
And
that
you fine.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm around kids. So, you know, kids carry, no disrespect to people who got kids, but kids do carry a lot of germs. And it's a little different, you know, for you know, to cover your mouth when you cough. With the kids, sometimes they just let it go. And I've literally gone a whole year not like
or they might
sick.
Cover their mouth when they cough and they never wipe their hands. So they just...
That too.
You know.
Or they do the cough and then cover after. It's like, baby, the cough did not really win.
You missed. It's over.
Yes. So that I will agree with you. Not being sick.
That's awesome. And you even like realize your own habits are kind of changing. Like, you know, the days where you grab the ketchup packet, you try and get your fries cooked, and you take your mouth and just tear it open. Now it's like, wait, somebody's touched this ketchup packet.
Yep.
Keep this out my mouth. Oh, don't put my fingers in there in my face. Like, you know, I haven't had crazy breakouts lately because I'm not putting my hands all in my face. So yeah, you learn a lot about yourself too.
You find that whole revelation when this whole went on, just how much you touch your face and all around your face. Yes. That was a revelation for me. Because they are absolutely right. Touch your face a fucking lot. You know, and like paying attention to it, it's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy. All right, let's get on to some of the stuff that went down this week. Before we get in that, another thing we was talking about before the pod got started. The fake cry guy.
Shit.
Fake cry guy, man. Was that Oscar performance?
It wasn't even worth the Oscar.
That was a Razzie. You got a Razzie for that right there.
It was horrible.
That was kids' school play.
That was a Razzie. What are you doing out here, Mike? What is this?
Like his face was turning red because it was like he was holding his breath. That shit was like,
man,
you could not. And the way the judge reacted, like, let's take a break. I was like, he don't need a break for that shit, because if you notice, the break wasn't that long. He came right back with, yeah, I knew it was a gun.
Oh yeah, he went right back. He went right back in the man.
My thing was, the first thing I said, don't cry now. You didn't cry when you was all in the bar and all that stuff. So
he was squeezing hard. I know his booty cheeks.
Man, when it won't come out and you just push it, that's exactly how it is.
Squeezing, trying to get a tear out of there. Man, if you don't fucking knock it off.
At all. I just sat there, I was like, bruh. And then the mom starts like, dude, I'm like, lady, your child is sitting in front of you. What are you crying for?
You can't run for these motherfucking cameras.
Right.
You can't run for these cameras. They call moms.
Moms wanted to be noticed.
Hey, you see her though? She was crying.
But I'm like, for what? He's sitting right in front of you.
She looked up like, they see me crying. They see me. You know what I'm saying? They see me crying. Then she went back like, man.
That's hilarious.
Hey, that judge.
That judge is pissing me off. Okay, now let me tell you this. I said it. Now
this
again,
is a cartoon.
This is no disrespect to my mom, because my mom is of upper age. So when I told her this, I'm not trying to sound like an ageist at all. Mm-hmm. But this just goes to my further belief that sometimes when you get a certain age,
you need to stop doing certain shit.
Doing it.
Yeah, it just needs to be. They just need to go. Because he just literally, it's like one of those things, like, I think we all have our biases, right? Yeah. But in certain jobs, you're able to cover it a little better. He's basically already telling you where he at. Because one day he yelling at the prosecution, don't you dare try to put it in something I said can't be in there. The next day, the defense tried to do the same thing. And literally the prosecution was like, so you literally yelled at me yesterday about that. And he goes, yeah, but the difference was that was about the Constitution. This is different. I'm like, the same thing, bruh.
Same
then
thing,
his
bruh.
phone going off during the only old people that happens to. That don't happen to nobody else.
Bruh. He's in court. Everybody's supposed to turn their phone off and his go off. Everybody know how that shit
And
goes.
did y'all see how he was just like how I turned it off? I think it's off now.
Man, that shit was a goddamn
Then he had the
circus.
Trump theme song playing on it.
It was a circus. That shit was a circus.
But I do have to say this. Did you see how he tried to take a dig at California, though?
No.
So what happened was they're supposed to get ready to go to lunch, right? And so he goes, yeah, they were having Asian food or something. He goes, well, I hope it's not stuck off on one of those boats off the side of California.
Oh, man.
Like, first of all, if you order from California, your ass all the way out there in Minnesota, you fucked anyway. So how about that?
Language.
Don't you start with me. Wisconsin, I'm sorry.
Hey, look,
to my Minnesota people.
We got
Wisconsin.
You shooting at all out of Wisconsin.
Especially
already.
from him. So, like, hush your face.
You mad at Aaron Rodgers?
Don't get me started on his lying ass.
Oh, man.
See, why you keep coming for me?
I'm just trying to guess where y'all at.
we talking about the fake crime.
We talking about a Rittenhouse trial.
Yeah, you know, the one that couldn't get the crap out, you know, when you...
I seen a meme. I seen a meme that had his judge and the Aubery judge and the parallels, and they like high fiving.
Yeah.
I got a feeling they're gonna fuck both these cases up.
Yeah.
Both of them, not just one. I think the Aubery case is looking more like it might go the right way, but this Rittenhouse shit,
the Rittenhouse thing is looking.
The judge is clearly irritated. Like he's like, on some other shit.
Do this shit. Did you see the lawyer on the Aubery case? How he talking about how he didn't want no more black ministers?
Yo!
Yeah, because Al Sharpton was there.
Al Sharpton, he like, we don't need no more of them Al Sharptons, some Jesse Jacksons in here influencing the jury.
Yeah, because you know what he said? He said the jury, even though you know the jury is all white, including the alternates except for one. Yeah. One person is black. And he still said, we don't have enough Bobas and six-packs on this jury.
One black, we don't need them influencing Boba.
No, he won't smoke Bubbas.
Nah, it's a black nigga named Bubba too.
Right, but that you know that ain't what he meant though. Like he said the quiet part out loud, and it's so irritating because you just want to like go.
Nah, I mean he literally said we don't want any. We don't need
yes,
niggas
no
out
more
here.
black judges.
We don't need no more of these niggas out here.
They said you only get one minister.
Right.
They said one. If you choosing Al Sharpton, then you better stick with Al Sharpton for the rest of this.
I don't want to see TD Jakes' black ass up here on Tuesday.
At all.
At all.
At all.
Then you said,
yeah,
he don't got no goddamn power.
And then did you see how he tried to take that dig? He said, now, if we had a Colonel Sanders looking dude come in with a white mask and then the judge was like,
I didn't see that.
It's public. He was going there and the judge shut it down.
I didn't see
that. That nigga was going there. That was him standing. That was him standing up, making his argument out. And the judge was like, nigga, if you don't.
And the poor lawyer next to him was just like,
oh my God.
Why am I sitting here? I know I'm on fucking camera right now.
Oh my.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel you though. I feel like they may fucking take a bad turn on both of these.
I think these are gonna turn out like Zimmerman.
Yeah,
I really do. I think it's gonna turn out like the Zimmerman trial.
It always does.
And you know what, man? I just want to say, we might have to just get a weekly. I want to say a fuck you to Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, but then she gonna be on a lot of.
I know, but it's like she let me find the fucking no fault is like she makes sure that she point out like no fault. Like
now, let me be clear. I got a question for the room. With the Rittenhouse shit, he killed 2 other Caucasian men, though, right?
Yes, and injured one so bad, and he was a paramedic. He can't even do his job no more.
Rittenhouse case, man, the defendants testified the same thing as the prosecution alleges. So
somebody raised an interesting question, and I was wondering what you feel about it. Somebody said this nigga mother drove him across state lines with a gun, and why she ain't being prosecuted.
And I saw that same point. Yeah. That's true.
Right.
Yeah, and why she that was not okay.
Because we all know if his mama was Keisha, it would not.
Of course we do.
Yeah,
we got women in jail for putting their kids in school districts.
But that's why I said I think this trial is stupid.
I saw that.
I think the whole trial is stupid because I'm like, we're literally arguing about whether or not he should be charged for breaking the law. Like, it wasn't just like he just killed, like, he broke a whole lot of laws to even get to this
point. Before they even got to the point where he shot who he shot.
And that's the funniest part, because if it was somebody else, they wouldn't even have to, they would be just on that path. Like, we got so much, we can get them with something.
Right.
As opposed to like they dodge and shit. Like, no, we don't want to hear.
Yeah, because that clown ass judge is sitting there going, well, you didn't prove your case that he broke curfew. Nigga, everybody knew they was on curfew. What the fuck you mean? What is there left to prove?
And he came from somewhere else to break curfew.
Right.
His mama took him.
Like, who does that? It's the same with the Ahmaud Arbery. I feel like we're sitting here, we're watching a trial based on some shit where it's just
look, that's why I was talking about Candace Owens. I watched this broad just, she tweeted, it's no way to tell that Ahmaud Arbery was out for a jog.
Oh, I got you better. She tweeted saying that she hopes that Kyle Rittenhouse, when he gets off, sues everybody for what they put him through.
That's why I'm making reference to her, because she's
a dumbass.
It's like,
she must be getting
why?
paid.
I heard her angle that motherfucker.
Because that's the only way she gets paid. She gets paid from getting attention, and when we're not talking about her.
Is she an author? Does she got any books?
Yeah, she got a book. It's in Target.
Bestsellers?
Hell nah. You know everything in Target says
she's a paid. She's a paid.
She's a plant.
Yeah.
She's a plant. She's a rabble rouser.
She's a paid plant.
Yeah, she has a
she reminds me of that relative. You know how you always be like, well, I love you because we're related. She that kind, like, if I found her on my tree, I'd be like, nah, that bitch somehow ended up adopted into the family. Ain't no way. We blood. Like, I could never claim her.
She was an actress. She's that failed actress that got paid to play a role, and now she's like living it. It's like,
she's like, annoying as fuck.
Tupac got that gun and juice and like turned into a killer.
I can't stand her. And I know you just took a dig at my dude, but it's okay.
No, I was talking about the movie.
I'm talking about the
movie.
I know.
He just happened to play the character in the movie.
But I heard that reference. That's why you know.
I just had to think of somebody that lost their mind like real quick when they got a little power.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't even on that level. He was still above her.
I'm not talking about
I'm talking about the character. But I'm talking about even the character. Even though we saw him go, you know.
Bishop was out his rabbit ass mind.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
But I'm saying she doing it solely for money. Like, this is a money grab for her.
No, but
like
I think now with the attention and shit that she's gonna, we created a different type of monster. That's all.
Yes.
I agree.
That's it.
I hate fuse her.
Yeah, fuck her.
So I'm with you on that new segment. Is that our new thing? And I'll use her as often as she say dumb shit.
Okay. Well, then y'all gonna put her on, like you said.
Yeah, I don't want to give her light every week.
It's gonna happen.
Right, because she keeps saying dumb ass.
She always gotta put it in her mouth.
She's gonna keep saying shit.
Every time you think she didn't went away, and here she comes.
Yeah. They got all this wild shit, man. You see what they indicted Steve Bannon.
Yeah, they talking about jail time too.
Middle fingers.
They talking about that because he got contempt of felony contempt of Congress. But you see, he out there he wilded out yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see it.
What happened?
He wilded out and was just like, "Hey, we taking over everything. We taking over the courts. He wild yesterday. Like, fuck it. We this nigga. That's what we trying to do. We taking over everything. School boards, courts, Virginia. He said that's why they want Virginia, because we like had everybody in the house. He was wild.
But you know that really is what's happening. No. Now that they're causing so much with these school boards. Some of these people, now the school boards usually are like older people who just like, I got the time. These people's like, shit, I'm too fucking old for this shit. I retired. You can keep this job. I ain't running no more. I don't want it. Like, you can just have it. And that's crazy as fuck. But what's the guy's name that's head of? I do be knowing who they are, but the one who Obama tried to put on the Supreme Court, Merrick Garland.
Oh, right.
If he don't do right by really prosecuting Bannon, it's gonna be pointless to ever call any of these nuts, because they gonna all be like, "Fuck it, I ain't gotta show up. I ain't gonna do shit."
He gets off, it's gonna
go down.
Same thing with the Januaries. If you don't really hold these people to a key, it's gonna happen again.
I see somebody there got hit with 36 months so far. I've been trying to keep up with it, but it's getting scrambled. But I did see somebody get hit with 36 months.
But I'm looking. I mean, we have the contributors as far as all them, but I'm talking about the people that are in power that significantly or in power. Like, look how
the paper's coming out next week.
Look, common sense is common sense, right? It's like, look how hard this dude is trying to get you. It's just trying to stop the information as far as the appeal coming out right now, and just in regards to that, like they got a temporary injunction on it right now.
Yeah, it's not gonna hold.
Right, that's not gonna hold. But it's like, come on, man.
Right.
Walks like a duck.
Quack, quack, quack.
It's a duck.
Y'all feel me?
It's ridiculous, and I just, hope this kids under us gonna be strong enough for the wave they put in face. Cause shit changing, but shit always does.
No, that's for real.
Yeah,
that's for real.
Shit always change.
And this is honestly the probably most turbulent racial period of our lifetimes. But like my grandmother, she ain't tripping so hard. She like, man, I done seen some of this shit already, man.
Right.
And
like for real, just real shit.
And I'm thinking more than just racial, because it's always a rule, but it's just this it's ideology. Ideology, how you say? Ideology. Or ideology is to these ideals that's fucking shit up. Like the shit with the Great Resignation, people leaving fucking careers because they don't want to put a mask on.
It's a lot of rehashed like ideas from the past being repackaged
behind other shit.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of this is where we stand on shit. People leaving careers and shit, and that's the scary part because you can't fight ideals. People, you believe what you believe. You know what I mean?
Sure, but it's like when that stuff is coming from misplaced information.
Yeah,
it's it gets
but the funny thing, not to be contrary, but to them, like our information is misplaced. They believe what they believe. That's the problem. Like,
that's true, but But some of them are just unaware they're getting information fed to them in certain, in manners. They don't understand that these are tech companies that are literally catering to your fears and shooting you shit in there to keep you engaged and tuning in on those things.
But it's the fears part that gets me, because some of the shit that they fear, when you say you listen to people, like I am all for, conversation. So if I ask you something and you're like, I fear this or I don't like this, and you can, we can have a dialogue so I can kind of understand what you're thinking. Exactly. It's hard to understand somebody when you say, well, take the CRT thing, right? I saw this interview that was so hilarious where they were like, so what is it specifically about CRT that you don't like? And the man said, I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? How can you engage with that? It's how they shoot it at you. It's how they shoot it at you. Right. And it's just like, so somebody told you not to like some shit. It's like when we were kids and they're like, you don't like the boogeyman. You can say why you don't like the boogeyman,
but these people who don't have this information, and I don't want to call them, not
less than sophisticated
in some of these instances.
Yeah,
and they keep getting you information from like-minded and like sources that are people gravitate to familiarity. And so when they keep getting these things from sources that are familiar, and like I said, these things are catered. Some of this shit these are literally, like a lot of these cases, these aren't even people typing this shit up. This is, we're very at a point where stuff is like put together, articles and shit are put together that are not even real articles. They just put together these things that come from all these different sources, and they shoot them at people. And people read these sources and think that it's news.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They come from a lot of these people, if they're from a certain age, right? Mm-hmm. They come from an era where the news was the news.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, that's where you find out stuff from. That's where you get information from. And if it says like newspaper,
the headers, right, everything look official, then that's that.
That's it.
And the only difference is the internet is everywhere now. So this is middle America that they still call New York and LA big city folk. Like I'm not being funny and shit,
oh my God.
right? But
I know you not.
But these, I mean, in my time in the military, when people family visit, I hear them talk. Right, this is the sophistication is just the internet.
I'm saying even some of the older people from the more areas,
older people in general.
You know what I'm saying, that's where it's more urban and stuff like that.
But the attack was from Middle America, man. I'm telling you, that's where they got it, and it spread the attack.
No, I feel that.
The funniest thing is the so-called sophisticated whites that's trying to fucking push this shit, knowing they're just on the power.
That's an agenda. That's an agenda.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
an
agenda.
But you even have some people when you expose the truth, because like. That happens a lot on Facebook. Like somebody will post this, like, "Oh, look what so-and-so said," and then you go click, and you're like, "Dude, did you go to their website?" It tells you that they're a spoof site or whatever the case may be.
But no,
then they
read the headline and go with it.
Exactly, and then I'll say on there like, "This is fake news. You need to check it." Now, this is where I just get annoyed with people. So you're not going to take it down. You're going to let people continue to read this. They're not going to go in the comments and see that I said, hey, this is not even a reputable source. At least if you're going to say anything. So now everybody's like forwarding this, and it starts that whole chain. Yeah. And the worst part is the person who posted it. It's like, well, I read it, so it is what it is. Like
it's like that thing where look, everybody played that game when they were little. Where you all sit around in this telephone. That's what it is. When you tell one person one thing and it goes around a circle. By the time it gets back, it's not the same thing, right? Yeah. It's just changed some kind of way. I still don't know how that happens.
I think the worst thing about it is, and you had brought this up on an episode before about people not even reading the story.
Just going with the headline.
Right.
Yeah. Just going with the headline.
Even the news does that. Like it'll put out like, oh, see what happened today. That was so bad. And then it'll come on and be like, oh, it was so bad that the heat was out and it was a hot day. So we had to open up the cooling shelters. Like you were like, wait, I was waiting for you to tell me that the world was going to end.
See, this is the thing that we realized we realize now is the news is a show too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a show too.
They
still got to get ratings. They still have to get people to stay there. So they do teasers and the whole deal. Same thing. Mm-hmm. Same thing. They competing. If you watch it's a few shows, and I'm sure you guys have seen the way. I mean, first of all, news stations are controlled by the same entities.
Yeah.
But exactly. I know you guys have seen the videos where they'll just like splice all the news channels together, and they keep saying everybody's saying the same thing. Mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's just saying the same thing.
It's feeding information. Right.
But what I'm saying is, it is just so scripted.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be news, and it's just like little one-liners and certain stuff like that. Every one does it. That shit is creepy because it's supposed to be informative,
but it's not. It's pushed.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it's the same story, different channels.
The funniest one that I saw before you end up changing was this week. It was an article not just the article. They did this news story where they were talking about Biden called Satchel Paige the greatest Negro. Right? I
saw that.
I didn't even feed into that because I was like, bruh. But I happened to be catching it today when my mom was watching it. And that ain't even what he said. And I'm going to tell you, when I watched it, I said, yo, he sounds like one of those elderly people, again, not being ageist, that when they be trying to get something out and then you realize you missed the word, so then you trying to like put it together.
Like he fixed nigger to Negro?
No, it wasn't even that. He was trying to say the fact he was in the Negro Leagues, which he was. It was called the Negro Leagues. Right. So he was saying like he was the greatest Negro pitcher, but then he was trying to say in the Negro Leagues, but it was like, he already has a speech
bro got legit stutter issue,
right. Too. And then it was like on top of being old, when you be talking with your grandparents.
In other words, they jumping on him and it wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, and then they showed literally how, to your point, the whole thing, how it started it was the whole speech, right? Fox News, when they played it, they edited out part of it. So it made it seem like he said it in succession, like this is the greatest Negro. And instead of all the other newscasts, going back, they started playing that video and everything just ran with it.
And it blows up.
Yes, I was like, yo. So you got all these black people out here mad because he didn't call it.
Now they got this nigga going viral on a spliced video.
Yes, exactly. And I'm going, but it was called the Negro League. So how we gonna be mad that he said the word Negro?
Why are they mad about that?
Hey, people do that too though. Like I'm like, wait, that's what it was.
Right.
You can't change what it was.
I've never been offended by that. What they wanted to be called.
I just hear a lot of that, like retro anger things that happen. That it is what it is.
It was called the Negro fucking League,
but they were making it seem like he was still old minded, going, you Negro, and that wasn't what he was trying to say.
It's like they tried to basically they
like
try to make it like he
everything.
Like he has an old mentality, like he's still in that space of not up to date.
But like I said, context is everything. And he was actually referring to something that was called the Negro League.
My mom called me. It was an issue real quick, and she said something about the neighbors upstairs being Oriental. I said, you can't say that. Right? Now, that's different because that shit changed, but it was a time that's, so you got to call them major, mom. Oh, okay. And she, that's it. That's not what Biden was on. Right. He was really describing the league
historical context.
He played.
Yes.
The Negro League, greatest Negro League pitcher ever, or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. But that's how they fighting their wars in the media and shit.
Yeah, and most people ain't go look that up. So that was like to your point with that.
I got a question. Where the fuck Kamala Harris at?
Hey, that's what Kanye said all throughout the interview. We gonna get into the Kanye interview, But he said, but right now I know literally she's in France right now.
Claiming some of the
She doing her job. It wasn't until this clown was in office before that we ever started really hearing or seeing the vice president talk that damn much. We ain't in all the years that I've seen presidents come. Some presidents I don't even remember who the hell their vice president was.
I can agree with that.
They've been trying to clown her ass. She been all over Facebook.
I seen Biden when Obama was president. I seen Biden a lot when Obama was president.
But here's the thing, though.
So I don't agree.
Back to what you said about looking for information. If people really wanted to know what she was doing, all they got to do is type in. It's all on her website. But that ain't what people want. They want you to have to say, yeah, so today she had Starbucks, and then she went and she did this, and then she did that, and she did it for black people. You ain't gonna get that.
You know, I don't know what her everyday job entails. So.
I just ain't seen the motherfucker.
You saw Biden, but do you know what Biden did every day? Do you really know, like, what he, and I'm not being funny, but let's just be real.
You so defensive?
You do got your cape on right now.
Huh? No, I'm just saying because I've been seeing that a lot. And that even goes for my family and friends. Hey, y'all, because I know they be listening. But some of them, when they be doing all that arguing, I'm just like, what is it that you want her to be out saying every day? Like, if you really care about what it is that she's doing, you can find an answer to that. But let's just be real. What did the other vice president? I'm gonna
tell you what black people be wanting what I hear when I hear that perspective. What about the black shit? That's what I be hearing.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying president.
I'm not saying you.
I say when I'm here. She put some shit on the website don't mean that's what she doing. We all know that shit. So we ain't gonna
but that's what anybody.
So that's.
I was just about to say. Are you one of the people that they were talking about? Because they've been saying she had all you niggas wearing pearls and chucks and disappeared on y'all asses.
No, but let me tell you what I have a thing with. My thing for me is that as pro-black as I am, the same standard that I have for this person over here, it don't go up because now a black person's in that office. So I'm not looking for her to have come in and save the world like she was president the way some people do.
That's what I'm saying. I hear out of black people because she's black.
Listen,
right?
They expected her to do a different job than Biden.
Like you know what I'm saying? I mean, and things are promised and we all know how all that shit work. And certain shit ain't getting done, but a lot of shit is getting done. But it's being projected in a certain manner because the shit is not being done for people that got a gang of money. It's being done for people that don't.
I ain't seen it.
So what?
That's all I'm saying. I ain't seen it.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm not even speaking about her. I'm just talking about the administration just in general.
I'm like this nigga up there stuttering and shit. Like he need help. She waiting on
that nigga to die. No, that's okay. If she out doing her job and that's why we don't see her.
She on her Veep shit. She on her Veep. Y'all seen Veep? Y'all watch that? That shit is funny.
That sound old. What is that?
It's a show that's on HBO that's not old, really. So been over for a couple years.
Hey, Kamala Harris is a good supporter of yours. Shoot her
for real.
Cause she about to get beat up over you.
No, that's what you ain't gonna do though.
I'm riding with him on this one. Not the beat up part, but that you a real fan.
No, it ain't even got nothing to do with that. That's in general for me. I have a problem with we get a black person and I get it. We expect them to represent for us. But
okay, so if I would have just said
Maxine Waters did,
fuck that.
But still, there are a lot of black people who take issue with what Maxine Waters do.
So if I said where Nancy Pelosi at, would you have the same reaction?
Yes,
I'm asking where one of my elected officials is. That's my right as an American.
Right, but
and I serve this country.
If you don't see her because she's doing her motherfucking job, then I'm okay with that.
But that's an assumption. That's an assumption.
And again, here is my issue.
That's an assumption. You don't know she's doing her job.
Do you know that she's not?
I don't.
Thank you.
I don't, but we can't stand strong on either. They both assumptions. I'm just saying where the fuck she at. She ain't even in no Saturday Night Live skits. She ain't even on no Saturday Night Live skits. That's how invisible she is. She ain't even on no SNL skits. You got to be on SNL skits. You don't want to be ribbing the president and shit.
With you. Right. Why? Because we had idiot ass Pence every week on SNL. It don't matter.
They hitting Biden. They can hit her. She's supposed to be in the skits too.
No, but I would rather it not be that way.
I want her out there.
Thank you.
Put them pearls and checks and bring your ass back out here.
No, because Pence was only on SNL because he was always saying some dumb shit. That's why.
I said I ain't seen her since she said, Joe, we did it. I ain't seen her since.
Because she's doing her motherfucking job.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Thank you. High five to you.
You ain't gonna keep selling our fans that she is doing her job because you don't know that.
But what I'm saying is, here's the thing. Again,
we are a bipartisan show.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, even with the bipartisanship, whether it was
I'm independent, so I'm not even.
I'm independent too, but some of my fans might be.
And I can't say independent right now because I ain't heard of a president we had independent. But I was gonna say,
I know, but I'm not. But I don't jump on nobody because just automatically because
right.
I'm supposed to.
I'm just saying whether it was a Democratic president or a Republican, you typically don't see the vice presidents like that until we had that shit show that we just went through. You didn't. Yes, you saw Biden because Biden was in a lot of pictures with Obama.
No, you see them what it is. What it is you see them sometimes, and over this time we'll see her sometimes.
Thank you. That's my only argument.
Well, when's the sometimes?
I see her sometimes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I pay a lot of attention.
You're American too. You can dish your right.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is your vice president?
She's somewhere in her Chucks and Pearls.
I feel like there's some pearls and Chucks in this room.
I do know that we did not see Pence for a long time until we started to.
I don't compare all my presidencies to the last one, personally.
I get that, but hey, look, but their duties are similar.
Because I've seen
Wait, you said
my nigga Dick Cheney that shot the nigga in the face. He was around a lot on TV.
Dick Cheney, they also said was the president.
The shadow president.
I mean, I'm just saying what was. I'm just saying what was. But I'm just portrayed in that particular case. Well, look, when the other Bush, Daddy Bush, you know what I'm saying? Him.
And just to be clear, I didn't say.
Everybody
say, hold on. I didn't say, what is she doing? I said,
I didn't say that. That's all I said. I'm literally just talking about how much you see him.
Right? Brenda Tate.
Why don't you let her know you want to see her?
I don't.
Cause well then why you care about where she at?
Cause now I don't. I don't care now. You stay where you at, Kamala.
Dear Madam Vice President, where are you?
I feel like I got a Kamala hater next to me, so I vote next week to have a different couch mate.
You did feel like you had on a cape.
No, it wasn't about the cape. Like I said, for me, I don't care what it is. I just feel like I can't stand when our people just be like, well, because you black,
now
we got an even higher standard than everybody else. Because that's literally what I was seeing online. Because when people were saying, well, that ain't what they do.
But you got to say that.
But can I tell you something? You know how deep of a pool you'll be swimming if you equate everything to what people are saying and trying to fucking protect everything black? It's still an individual part. But listen, but that's still an individual. But that's like fighting the flies in fucking Ethiopia. That's why it's not good. You can't balance the ignorance. I mean, I'm super pro black. I'm super pro black. But it's just like some shit is just like
and I'm choosing that battle because I think we as a people need to do better at that. Just because now a black person is in that role, we can. First of all, I never expected that our whole lives were gonna be, all peaches and cream now because we had a black woman as a VP.
Just like everything then changed when the person that was the president was black.
Well, they was acting like it was going to be super popping because.
But it's a lot of other factors to it, though.
But they were acting like, and what it actually is going to be is two different things.
It's not.
I agree.
That's like us fucking holding Lonzo Ball fucking captain for what his father was saying. He was out there playing ball. Right. His daddy talked too much. We sitting there looking at him like, yo,
hold up to what his daddy said. But we can all agree, lawyers are professional liars, right? Master liars, lawyers, right? Okay, politicians in that same pool. So, I mean, okay, they made it, but I don't hold none of these motherfuckers in the highest esteem because they all fucking dirty in their own way. They all have agendas. They all pander to one side or the other. Somebody's losing, somebody's winning. That's how politics work. Right. So I'm not going to put nobody on no fucking mantle because they did their job and got to where they are in their career. I'm not celebrating the nigga that made manager at McDonald's that started at the fries. That's his career. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not that deep for me because nothing represents the whole for me. That's Kamala's accomplishment is hers, and for all the little people looking up to it, cool. You got something a beacon, but that's still hers. That shit don't represent the whole because there's no whole. There's no whole. We act like that, but there's no whole, and there's no whole for no race. Trust me, it looked like the whole. We just don't have a culture because they stole that from us. Right, but that's the only difference. Everything else is what it is, and that's people. We're people.
No doubt.
That's all I'm saying.
We are. I just feel like sometimes we talk ourselves out of shit. And let me tell you why, because that goes even deeper than just the politic thing. We talked about this about the TV shows
loving this
and
shit.
stuff.
This shit's just getting deeper layers.
Because like when we look at TV shows and stuff, right? People be like out protesting because they be like, "Oh, you're not showing black people in a good light." Then when we look up and we don't see ourselves on TV, we like, "Well, why the fuck we not on TV?" Well, damn near every show we had, we protested our way out that shit. So I feel like with Kamala, it's the same shit. It's like, oh, see, we put a black woman in vice president. Look where it got us and get us shit. Okay. So then we don't see another one coming.
Let me argue
That's
something
how I
then.
feel like it goes.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you with that. Let me argue this then. We got Kamala. I didn't hear no niggas celebrating Herman Cain. I didn't hear. You know what I mean? He on the other side of shit. Right, but he black too. He don't deserve celebration.
It ain't just about you being
black.
Wait. That's no. I heard people on that side.
No, I'm talking about us.
Him.
No, I'm just talking about us. Like, just because he's on the other side of our agenda, we don't celebrate. He made something of himself, right? We just celebrated Colin Powell. Some of us. It's just not enough being black is my thing.
Wait, Herman Cain was a piece of.
Okay, my nigga.
It's the same as when we talk about Candace Owens.
I'm just saying, like, right. It's not enough just being black. So we celebrate the blacks we agree with.
Colin Powell is celebrated.
Yeah, but it's more or less what I'm saying. We celebrate what we agree with. We talked about Candace Owens.
People. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. There's no hole. We're not a hole because there's niggas that loved Herman Cain. That celebrated Herman Cain. You know what I mean? That wanted him to be president. Just like we love Kamala, like we love Barack. It's the same, I wouldn't say the same amount, but there's people that's just as passionate about them and their success as we are these. That's why there's no hole. We're individual with individual allegiances and ideas. There's no hole. There's no hole. It's a great idea, but there's no hole. We all different.
We're definitely all different, but there are definitely people that think along the same line as others because they think that way.
Yeah, but we got that solely. We're not the same in general. Off the fucking continent, we're not the same. Everything's different. So it's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, but now it's like now people have been positioned together because of circumstances, and that's how it is.
Yeah, but that's why it doesn't work too, because it's still by circumstance. It's not all the genuine kinship.
All right. Okay.
I love it.
I think we've
JJ
tossed
gave
that
us
around.
that look like you want to be happy again.
Yeah.
No, you need that sometime.
No, for sure.
Niggas ain't dumb over here.
I still am voting that I get a new couch mate though.
You didn't know what a sprig was.
I'm gonna get a restraining order against you.
Whatever.
Soon.
All right. Let's see. It says shout out to Snoop Dogg for assigning Benny to Def Jam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope because Snoop is so Snoop and so West Coast, and he found somebody from the East Coast.
No, I didn't hear the name that you
Snoop signed Benny the Butcher.
She wouldn't. Yeah. I talked to you.
But I still want to hear the name. I just didn't hear what we said. I'm sorry.
You will. I'm sure you probably will.
You
might not.
You know what? I ain't doing
the OJs.
I literally didn't hear what he said.
Snoop did not sign Tupac.
Y'all not gonna play that.
I want to see him do something non-traditional. I mean, I hear you guys on that one, but that's not a play.
No, I literally just didn't hear who he said.
I want to see him do something out the box, pick something out the street. Maybe an older nigga, bring something. I mean, Benny
is an older nigga. That's
but he is okay.
What I'm
saying
is, that is that.
But he's still playing like Benny's already floating.
But
that's what
I get you. But what I'm saying is that is not the same level. You know what I'm saying? If he did pluck somebody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what you're gonna do. I know you want him to dig deeper, but that's a whole nother thing, and that's wishful thinking.
You want him to sign somebody that ain't known.
I just wanted to do something more the way. How can I say? Benny already in the league. Let's put it like that. He's already in the league.
Would it make headlines if he?
This is personally from probably a selfish artist space, but I want to see you pluck. Niggas don't pluck nothing from the bottom too much no more.
Niggas never really. I mean, it was always.
It's always a grooming system. There's a tier system. You know, I know, but you understand what I'm saying at the same time. I'm not poo-pooing on the Benny shit. I like Benny, but Benny was gonna be all right anyway.
Benny the Butcher is a rapper from Buffalo that's bubbling on us. That's popular, but not on the he's not on the radio yet.
Gotcha.
Okay. I feel what you're saying. Like back in the day, the people like the Temptations and the OJs.
Y'all are coming for me.
They would be on the corner.
Hey, but look, it was
doing that quartet stuff, and then they'd be like, "Hey man, okay, you get my tape in, get my demo in," and then you go. But that's still
that's still a process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They still went through the process to get to that point to where it's like, okay, now
come do audition.
We'll
for
fuck
me in
with
my
you,
office.
and you can come in and we'll listen to that tape,
right?
Because it was plenty of people that had tapes. So they're like, fuck your little tape, until you had people fucking a little bit.
Now the guy has been making a lot of noise though. He's been one of the rising stars,
and a lot of people don't know who he is,
and he still don't.
But to my defense, just now, this is what I heard: Snoop signing And that's why I was like, who did you say?
Look, like you said,
no, because she tried to play me with the temptation move on me. It's not about that. I just literally didn't hear
a bunch of people don't know who he is yet, so it's not like that. You're not missing like that.
And it's so funny because we listen and we know that we ain't heard that record yet, none of that yet.
We know because we're in the know on those things.
So I do have a question to you guys about Snoop, though. Do y'all think he'll ever really bring Death Row back?
Well, that's what he's saying he wants, and the way he's talking is there's a possibility that could happen as far as ownership is concerned. Now, as far as reviving what it was, that may be hard to do because there was a lot of factors that made it what it was.
It's lightning in a bottle, and you can,
I mean, considering it was
you can never
the genius of Dre. On top of being established the way he was,
with the ingenuity of a Suge Knight, that's a good way to put it.
The ingenuity, of Suge Knight, along with the talent, of finding
the sheer talent,
and a Tupac was on.
That was way later.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
That was only like
it doesn't matter.
That was like an 8-month period.
First of all, let me tell you why I thought of him. Because I was thinking of the Source magazine when he did, or was that Vibe? You know what I mean.
Don't mutate this. That was like an 8-month period.
It doesn't matter.
Like near the end.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying that's not what made it what it was.
You know what? I can't stand that.
I would go on.
They know when people think of Death Row.
I'm gonna go on a limb.
Along with Dog Pound and all them. I was thinking of that
growth of it. Then he came into
what you don't understand.
Already fully formed monster.
Tupac was great before
that wasn't
Death
my point.
Row.
I was saying the whole thought of
when
Death
I hear
Row
Death Row, I don't think about Tupac.
Tupac was great before.
And I think
you think about Tupac all the time.
And I think you're right. But when we say Death Row, I think Dog Pound. I think all of them. I think Nate Dogg. So there's no way.
I do too. But what I'm saying is how it was, what came into what it was, and he wasn't one of the builders of that. He benefited from that. He was there.
But that wasn't my question.
Huh?
That wasn't my question originally. When I said about bringing back a Death Row, I was thinking of the whole.
But what I was saying is what it would take to build something like that. It's all the stuff that you would have to have going in.
It ain't there.
To your credit, though, but if that's the feeling you get from your Death Row members, nobody can knock that.
Thank you.
So I'll backtrack on that.
You always be coming for me. That's why I voted for you.
I wasn't attacking her neither, but I get what she's saying. Like, that's
always be attacking me.
That's her vision of Death Row, and I ain't gonna knock your vision of some shit. I wasn't there. You know what I mean?
You know what?
I'm just saying, I don't know how you saw shit. I can't knock it. But
I'm saying I'm voting now for Barbara to be on this side and Ceci to be on that side. And you gonna take your ass up.
See, that shit ain't right, man.
Don't put that nigga over here with me.
He got 8 much wear on the couch.
Can't come over here, bro.
You know I have very many options.
We'll pull you up a chair. We're gonna bring a chair and put you right there.
If this was an apartment complex, right? And then like the biggest apartment just came open, you know who getting it? Me. Because I've been here longest. So anybody moving,
I don't care.
Your ass.
They will not be because I need to not be on the disc.
Seniority.
But she attacking you too. So what you gonna do?
Nah, but you worse.
Put your hands
Sky high five.
Barb, high five.
Sky high five.
She had you on the corner doo-wopping with the Temptations, not me. That wasn't
but you keep coming for, you know what? What's the next topic? Because I ain't dealing with him no more.
All right, next topic. Drink Champs.
Who?
What?
Drink Champs interview.
Drink Champs, right there.
Oh, y'all got this because you know how I feel about Kanye. So.
But did you watch?
No, I didn't watch the shit because you know how I feel about Kanye. So no,
he wasn't on the corner.
I don't get to do that. I'm just saying.
He's no Tupac, so
obviously,
and that's fine.
Not in the Temptations or no, Jason.
I'll probably watch Will Smith before I watch Kanye's ass. So
Tupac's concubine, cuckold shit.
Man, hey, he need. You know what?
He need to leave Jada ass.
No, he need to shut up. He need to
shut up.
But I know it's
because he did that book.
I know, but my nigga's just sharing, just Mark Zuckerberg loves this nigga because he's just sharing everything. Just here, you want to know something else? I was
gonna die trying to please her.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? I never told anybody.
I got something else.
Hey, and you know what? I got a secret. I'm gonna tell a secret right now.
I think he be crossing his feet and be kicking him up and holding his hands like
that. That book should be called Confessions.
That should be called Charmin.
My Confessions.
Did you say Charmin?
Charmin, because that sauce is totally perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Usher is mad at this nigga. Like, what are you doing, nigga? That's my shit.
That's hilarious.
All right, man. All right.
But you
Drink
ain't
champs.
Yeah,
Drink
what about
champs.
it?
Drink champs. A win for podcasts off top.
Yeah, it was a big moment.
A win for podcasts.
Part 1 was better than part 2.
Okay.
Me.
Before I summarize it.
Yeah.
Before we summarize it. All right. I was gonna say just a win for podcasts in general because people don't. I talk to a gang of people still that don't even know what the hell a podcast is.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gang of people.
Yep.
You be like a podcast. They're like, what's a podcast?
Y'all be
Still
surprised by how fucking slow people be.
You still got to explain that to some people. So that was a win because it, just as far as media is concerned, and saying people gonna tap in and they may tap into some other shit. So
you can't call them slow though, just because they don't know what a podcast is.
Slow to get to the up to date with what's going on. I think that's probably the correct term. People slow to the technology. They are, and this is a very new medium. Very new.
I mean, it's a new medium. It's still, I think in a place where, like I said, people still don't know about it. So
new in the pandemic, you couldn't find equipment because everybody bought all the podcast shit. Everybody started starting.
I will say that it was hard as fuck to find microphones.
Everything. It's a new medium. So some people don't know. I tell them all the time promoting. I'm pretty sure you get it when you're like, our podcast. Nobody be like, what's a podcast? Huh. Yeah. You got some hip friends. That's because I know a lot of, I'm not going to say unsophisticated, unhip.
Man, you be on here dissing people, dog.
Nah, I don't, man. They love me.
You be on here like all these stupid motherfuckers and all these dumb slow
niggas. If that shit fix your shit. Fix yourself. If you think I'm talking about you, most likely I am. So that's that. But if you slow, you slow. It ain't my fault. Shit.
Look, you ain't gonna get nobody.
Look, it's stuff that you don't know about, stuff that you're not privy to.
But that's the true definition of ignorant. I could be ignorant to things too. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is.
We don't call you slow though.
I mean, I could be. I'm not politically correct. We used to call people retarded, and that's just what it was. Like I'm from there. These words.
Well, I just don't like shit like that. Like you may not know about crypto and
I don't. So but
I'm not gonna call you slow because you don't know because you're not up here with me. I'm not gonna call you slow.
But in all actuality, that's exactly what I am.
No, it's not.
But I'm not offended. You can't tell if I'm calling myself slow.
People say that they slow.
I can call. You can't tell me what I am if I'm not. Listen.
I have no problem with talking about you. I talk about you and clown you all day. But listen, I'm only gonna say stuff that makes sense. And you're not slow just because you don't know what I know.
Let me blow your mind. Whatever your definition of slow is might not be mine. We just had the crypto conversation, and I am slow to it. Would you attest? So that's not a bad thing. See, y'all take these words like somebody call you slow, you ready to fight. I could be slow, and it ain't that big deal to me because I don't see the word like you see the word. That's all I'm telling you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you take slow as offense, I may not. So that makes me wrong. And
I'm surprised by some of the stuff you do take offense to because I can call you nice and you take offense.
But that's just how people wire. But it's no wrong or right. Is it? Because so I should jump out the window because you feel a certain way about slow? Where I'm comfortable.
It was about the podcast and this being a win for podcast.
Yeah, I want to get back to that.
I caught that part and you were going into the interview, right? And so that's kind of when I tuned out because I told you I didn't watch it, didn't plan on watching.
So clearly, everybody in here knows what a podcast is, but this is a podcast I've never heard of.
First album.
Really?
Drink Champs?
That was my first one.
That's why when you say Drink Champs, I'm like, what? What is that?
Okay.
That was my first one.
So...
Yes, go ahead.
They did the DMX interview. That was
Does that mean like with this that she's slow to the
I wouldn't call
No, I'm trying to say she's slow to the drink.
No,
from what you're saying.
I wouldn't call her slow at all because I know how she feel about the word. But no, that was just my first podcast. He's been into podcasts. So I was probably slow to him getting to it because he's been on the podcast way.
His context, like,
some people, but
I was just waiting for him to get past Kanye so I could jump back.
JJ, can you?
Gonna talk about
but it was big because he's probably one of the biggest guests to be on a podcast. That's why it was big.
Can you tell us about Drink Champs? What are they?
This is not a sale drink champs podcast.
Okay.
But I say it's a win because they're they're one of the bigger hip hop podcasts.
That's all. I just wanted to know what type of podcast it was.
It's a hip hop podcast.
With Noriega, right? He's
Nori and DJ Effin. Nori and DJ Effin. And what they do is they pretty much their premise is they get people on their podcast and they get you kind of tipsy and get you to unwind and talk. And they try to just do legends as far as people that legendary in some form or fashion. But it's hip hop podcast. Kanye is a big guest to have on anything. He doesn't do much media.
Absolutely.
He doesn't do much media. He does not do much media that is as loose and open as that was. I don't think he's ever done nothing that was that, you know what I'm saying, loose and open. You agree?
I would agree.
You would agree?
I have no comment to agree or disagree.
Back in the day, David Ruffin would have been up.
That would have been a kid. That would have been a kid.
But what's dope about it is they don't just get people that are like alkies. You know what I'm saying? They get just people like that.
Because they did one with DMX, right?
They did one with DMX. A bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they get legends on there.
They're people that you don't really get that access to.
Yes.
He was probably the biggest by far, by a long shot at this point.
Nori being a big artist, being in the game for a long time, has the respect from artists to be able to come in there and get that comfortable.
Right with him. Talk to him.
I did learn something because I just thought it was called Drink Champs because of the setting. I didn't know they actually people get high and drink
smoke
anyway.
and they do all that.
Right. I didn't know that was part of the.
It's kind of part of it. It's kind of like unwind.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How long they been doing this? I'm curious.
They were doing it for a few years now. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to be a commercial for him.
Right, but I think she was asked, at least when she asked that question.
But they've been around for a while. I'm not hating on them either, though. It's been around for a while. Now it's on Revolt. You know what I'm saying? And it was around for a few years.
Was this like because of the pandemic? Like, you know how, what's that thing, Versus blew up because of the pandemic?
No,
See, I'm learning something.
This was already going on.
And it was so many, we ain't going to keep big them up, but I do suggest that you guys try to find different pods to kind of listen to and fuck with and get, see different bounces and shit. Right. And that's in all seriousness, because that's,
Yeah. Interview was dope.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? It was dope because he didn't do too much. He just kind of let dude talk and just kind of like let him just do what he does, you know what I'm saying? And then hit him with a few questions.
I call them barrier.
Is this the same interview where apparently he took shots at John Legend and stuff?
Yes, that's that interview. Yes,
gotcha.
Right. He took a few shots. He talked about a few things. He talked about his home life. He talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, it was the most open. It was the most open I have ever seen him personally.
Looks like a goose.
Them saying he had the Henny in the system, got the smoking. You feel me? Nori, asked some dope questions. The hair, he explained the haircut.
Yeah.
And actually had a credible reasoning for the haircut.
It don't matter what the reason is, it was still horrible.
That's true. But there is a credible reasoning for it, which is, in itself a thing. You know what I'm saying? There is a reasoning for it. No? You're not rolling?
Look,
you don't want your guy with the big the patches?
He's not my guy.
I'm just saying, any guy.
Never.
The exasperation was for the topic. The person, the subject of interest
is the person does a lot of shit, and people he comes up with some shit where people go, "Oh my gosh, it's genius."
Okay, okay, now let's take that and look at it from a different angle. What if he just did what he said he was doing, right? And it's not just for that; it's just because he can't do that. Because it's more like it's that. It's so people talk, but that's what they do. They're entertainers and celebrities and shit. Correct. I don't know why we trip when they do stuff for people to talk about it.
No, that's never my issue. My issue is when people make it seem like everything he does just makes him this genius, that if somebody else did it, he'd be like, that's dumb. Like, it's still dumb when he does it. Doesn't make him a genius. I can understand that.
I wouldn't say that was genius. I would say it was maybe a tad artistic after hearing what he was doing, but I wouldn't call it genius.
I get what she's saying. No, celebrity worship is wild, but it always has been.
No doubt. I think she's specifically talking about this particular individual.
But his shit, certain fan bases got a real rabid cult-like fan base and shit, so it can be kind of interesting. We just seen what happened at the Capitol.
And I'm going to continue to be quiet so that we don't lose followers, because
we're talking shit. You got your opinion. You feel like you feel.
That's why we're here. We talk.
We should feel like you feel. That's not what we're doing here. We don't even know. We're not even there. We not even
here to talk shit. We don't censor ourselves. They gonna roll it or not. Shit.
Yeah, but you didn't see the interview, so it's hard to.
Yeah, you ain't got.
But like I said, because I'm not even, to go back to your point. I liked his first album, Kanye first, and I think the second album. But Kanye, at some point, took a turn for me. where I just started to go like,
I respect it.
And then sometimes he just says shit that just makes me go, you know what? I'm tired of people trying to act like you're just this big genius, so you just get the pass to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
I feel like he's had a lot of that. I would say,
but that nigga be telling the truth.
I would say in this interview you would get to understand a little bit more of that, because when we listen to stuff, we listen to it and like how we were talking about sound bites, little shit, and he's the type of person that just kind of runs off at the mouth and starts talking over himself, and you kind of takes a while to kind of, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Make it connect. Yeah.
To make it connect, because he'll say this and he'll say that and he'll say that, but this connected to this shit over here. It just took a long time to get there. He's not the fucking best.
I call it
at talking. He made several references in it to not being the best reader or a counter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's just platforms and influences. Like you literally, if you put microphones in front of most people, you're gonna get some shit. And it's just, you know, I used to get like, I had a real passionate dislike for a certain female entertainer. And then I thought about like, that shit ain't even make no sense. Like, my fucking hate ain't doing shit. It won't reach its target. I just don't have to deal with it. And I don't deal with it. But dude is wild that you could think, okay, influencing, he reckless, but he just has ideas. Like, niggas ain't responsible. That's not their job to be They're fucking artists. Like, I just feel like I thought dude was crazier than I think he is now. I just think now that he is very rich and exposed to a lot of shit. Very curious, exposed to a lot of shit. That, you know what I'm saying? How he processes all those things that he's, you know, exposed to, you know, I don't know. And I'm not convicting nor justifying shit. It's just a person to me. But he did explain some of the shit that I was interested in the interview a little more than I took it at face value. Shit made a lot more sense after that. He tied up a few loose ends on some shit, but overall I think he's erratic a little bit. But like you said, look, he made reference to being on the spectrum. I believe that somewhat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He might be a little. Yeah. He may didn't run from it though. That's, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm kind of, you know. Yeah.
Well, when David Ruffin's on the show, you call me and I'll make sure they're soon. Oh my goodness. It comes out okay. I love that nigga. A character, the pseudo one in the 5 Heartbeats and the Temptation Rebels. Yeah. Cool.
No, yeah. I probably feel like how you feel, but some of the as far as not, I don't want to say not being a fan, but I'll say not being somebody that I particularly care for, and I did appreciate his first 2 albums. But the clips that I saw on here, as you would say about Cash, she seems to be very self-aware. Yeah.
All the clips I saw, which were few.
He even talked about narcissism.
You have to see it. Together, like, stuff is clipped. You know what I'm saying? And some of the shit is just like, hey, real appearance. Hey, man, he don't fuck with them, and he said why he didn't fuck with them. He didn't. Those clips didn't really get, you know what I'm saying, that into that I was saying. But he just, you know, pretty much. Y'all supposed to be my people. I did this, and y'all fucking was talking shit about me, so I don't fuck with y'all.
And you know what? That's the part that I did see, where I was just like, in a bigger context, just because I'm cool with you don't mean I have to, you know.
He said they didn't even have to support. He even said about Pusha. He said, hey, he didn't support me, you know what I'm saying, but he didn't fucking stand out and go out his way to fucking shit on me.
But that's what I'm saying. When you're doing something that affects people as a whole, that's why I couldn't be mad at John Legend, because I saw, like, you know, to your point, I saw different people's
all I'm saying is I can understand the person that got spoken out about him to be like, man, fuck you. That's it. You know, he was that person. It's different from us and us looking at it and us seeing how we feel about it and who John Legend is and so. But that's his boy. He put him on. You know what I'm saying?
But just because you put me on don't mean that I owe you and your stupidity is what I'm saying. But you don't have
to go against me.
And I did see, and the reason why I say I see what you're saying is because I saw other people speak out on that side.
This is the thing. All we see is the shit that we see publicly.
Right. We don't know the background conversations.
It's all kind of fucking other little conversations, you know what I'm saying?
And like, you don't have to support me. You don't have to go against me. I think that's what he was saying.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I don't agree with that stance. That's what I'm saying.
Like, you my man. Like, you might be on some bullshit, but I ain't going to be out here waving a flag against you.
That's what I'm saying.
So you think it's cool to go against your people?
I think depending on what the bullshit is, yes.
But at the same time, it's still just your opinion, because you call it bullshit, don't make it so.
Look, even when
it's the fucking truth.
Even when in these, even when in these situations, you're talking about people who may know a bit more than like you said, the general public.
But it's just
knows about these situations.
But they're just opinions and these loud voices because they're popular. Like none of these niggas is fucking like you guys are educated. Y'all pay your whole way more weight than these people that just have talent and they're just visible. And it's like you force responsibility of them, but they're fucking singers. Like what makes them so aware? Because now they have the ears, they got to be responsible for it.
Because you like them.
That's not fair because when a broad go to South Beach and get her body done, ain't nobody telling her to put her titties away. That's why she did it. She's not a role model all of a sudden. She's fucking flossing what she got, or a dude with a car. He's going to go fast because he got the car. He's not all of a sudden Dale Earnhardt and knows all the safety regulations that it takes to drive a fast car. These are just people with voices. Like there's nowhere that says, hey, you should be, of course, like we said this before, of course it'd be better if there was a little more aware that their words hold weight with certain people. Of course, I think we could agree on that. It would be better, but all I'm trying to ask to you guys to just think about the dualities and understand, and I'm not one of them, but there's people on the other side of these arguments that are just as passionate as you are and feel just as strongly about the other side of this argument as you. We can't, as a podcast, ever come at nothing one-sided. We're doing ourselves a disservice and our people a disservice. We're just balancing it out. I'm not asking nobody politics or where you stand, but we got to present both sides. And we can't just be, like I said, the Herman Cain versus fucking Kamala. Well, they all black.
All right, it's not a debate show, so I don't necessarily know that all things has to be
right.
That. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm going to just say, that's what I'm going to do. That's every time I'm going to fucking present the other side. Just because if we did that as a whole and just listen to each other, don't have to fucking agree. Just understand there is another side.
Like I said, that's... Yeah.
I'm just, in certain spaces, I will. That's my role.
But it is okay if we do agree with each other. And that shit happens too.
Yeah, that too. Agree or disagree. It's all love. But I say that because in the human condition, I think that's the biggest problem, that we just won't listen.
Right.
To the other's perspective on the whole.
Well, I'm perspective man.
I just said as people.
I appreciate other perspectives.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it helps me because I know I can be off and not to take something. Like, okay, that do make sense, and then it does, and that's all, I just think it helps just to list like, okay, yeah, fuck that, that don't work for me, but I heard you. That's all. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Now I got to get off my spot on the couch and shit and get fucking ostracized. It's sad.
Yeah. All in all, dope interview. You got a lot of insight that we didn't get before, I thought. They did like a part 2. I've been watched all the part 2. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I won't compare them because they're really the same interview.
They're just split in half.
Yeah,
like Kill Bill.
Interview. Huh? Yeah, like Kill Bill.
Many people didn't know that was my movie.
Hey, look, I got a question.
Sure.
Right? Remember Avatar?
Yes.
Wait.
I'm sorry. Movie. Okay, I watched the cartoon.
You ever see Avatar, you mean?
I didn't see the blue people.
Avatar? Wow.
You neither?
No.
Yeah, I knew.
You see Avatar?
You didn't know nothing about this topic.
Avatar was a hella spectacle like in the movies. Like if you saw it in the movies and you did like the 3D shit, that was like...
people were blue.
Huh? Yes, the people were blue, but that was the most immersive 3D experience
at that point, huh?
Still. That was the most. They did 3D different than other movies.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
They don't even show that shit on TV like that though. They kind of stingy with it.
But the TVs.
All right,
seeing it.
I just said some old shit. Yeah, like I can't access fucking.
But what I'm saying is, seeing it in 3D was a different experience than watching the movie. It was made to be seen like that. So what you should do is find somebody that got one of them like 3D TVs.
Oculus.
Right? They got the 3D TV, put the glasses on and watch it like that. Because what they did was they didn't, like, 3D, like, be throwing stuff at you and shit like that. That's not what the movie did. It created an environment that was around you because of the thing.
That's right.
That was all to say it was a dope ass movie, but like we waiting on like 2 more of those, and it's supposed to be coming. That's been like 12 years, and I don't care no more. I'm
waiting on Top Gun. I don't know how we got there.
I don't care no more.
I'm like Taz now. I got lost. I'm done.
Hey, man, shit, Hey,
it's time.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Things be going on.
I'm about to get put off the couch too, because I told her when she looked about the avatar and said it didn't meet the quota for her to see it, so that's why she about to.
You know what?
Shake me over
I
here.
don't know how y'all to see that. That was like one of the biggest movies
This might
ever.
be my last podcast because I will not be the person everybody come for. She didn't came for me on Avatar. You missed it. He keeps coming for me. See, you know.
You already getting attacked?
Man.
I feel
All I'm doing is minding my business.
You need some spikes for your tires?
I feel like I've been attacked. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy.
Y'all.
I'm sorry, Charlie
I don't
Murphy.
feel the love. I'm gonna go, befriend Will Smith. I'm sure he knows.
He needs some love.
Nah. He'll just tell everybody
He's
anyway.
not feeling all the love.
He'll just tell everybody, guess who came over here?
That's okay.
And when you was sitting there, I just started thinking about how could I please Jada.
All right, man.
That's it.
No, Astroworld.
Oh, man.
Astroworld.
I don't like how people are saying that it was satanic.
First, let's just tell what happened. It's for the people who were like tapped in and not hardly tapped in and kind of tapped in. At Travis Scott Astroworld Festival last week, on the first night, there was tragic, I guess, stampede. It started out as a stampede, and 9 people so far have lost their life, and they say about 200 other people were injured. And it's a lot of stories coming out about that night. Have y'all seen some of the stories coming out? What you say? I heard you say something about something. What you say?
It's just a lot of people on social media saying that it was satanic.
Because his shirt.
Did
you see the shirt?
I didn't see the shirt. I didn't look too much into it besides the fact that I know that people had lost their lives, which is always unfortunate. But I don't like when people start saying stuff is satanic.
I don't think. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the shirt was a shirt,
but they talking about all the symbolism in the festival and it being Astroworld and what Astro is.
Astroworld is a damn amusement park in Houston.
They were trying to say, look, I don't know if it was a bridge or what he had, but there was dead there. And just, you know how they be trying to do that Illuminati and satanic in the music that people are always saying that? Yeah, it's a lot of that going on.
Okay. Taking that, putting it where it is. Okay. That. What actually happened? Big ass stampede. Mm-hmm. Gang of people died. The concert was stopped after a while, not immediately.
It was like 40-something minutes.
Right. You're hearing a bunch of different stories about what happened. People were stamped. You're hearing cardiac arrest. I've heard crazy stories outside of that, where they were saying people were getting stabbed by needles and hypodermics and stuff like that. Right, I haven't gotten any I haven't seen any actual confirmation of that. That's just been stories. I did see stuff from nurses saying people were coming in with cardiac arrests and things of that sort. Aside from asphyxiation, couldn't be able to breathe and stuff like that. They said it was hella packed, man. People were running through the fucking gates and shit on the front end. Did y'all see the video from it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But from the videos, I couldn't tell if they were running in or running out because of the way the video was.
With the video that I saw, it was just people coming through the turnstiles, essentially.
That's what I saw.
At the entrance. This was at the entrance because the main stampede was they were rushing the stage.
Yeah.
They were rushing the stage, but the initial. So what I'm saying is it might have been, overpacked just off capacity.
So for me, that's one of the reasons why and I'm not making light of, what happened. This is one reason why I don't do major crowds like that, because I've been in situations where the crowd wasn't as big and been at the front, and it's almost like you want to be dude,
I think that's something everybody's kind of aware of when you go with something crowd.
But it's almost like the people in the back sometimes is doing all
pushing,
that pushing
and you feeling that pressure.
Care that it's people in front of you. Right. So that's why, and why I say what I'm saying is not to make light of it. Even now in my age, I typically like the older, more calmer situations because that type of situation is not for me, because I would be the person to have the panic attack and all of that because it's I got there early enough to be at the front. you know? And because you didn't, now y'all doing all this pushing as if that's not putting weight on people in front of you, you know?
I don't
think it was random. I think it's like that SWAT and shit where kids get together online and kind of plot this shit. Shit get out of hand because they're saying some of the main shit was motherfuckers trying to get into the bonus areas or the VIP areas where they didn't have access, and that's what the bum rush wasn't, from my understanding, like the ticket gate. It was after it was in there already.
No, there were two.
Okay, well that's the one I'm thinking of is when they were.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one that caused the immediate chaos. What I'm saying is on the front end, the capacity may have been over capacity just in general. Because people bum rush to the gates, right?
And then they have the people trying to invade the VIP or the wristband areas and whatnot. But overall, I mean, what can you say? Like, the victims are very young in some cases, 9 years old, 14 years old. These are babies, babies falling off their father's shoulders. It's very unfortunate. You can't put it on the performer because the performer he doesn't book the venue. All that shit should be covered by insurance, and they're supposed to have shit in place for that.
All right, well, look, wait. All right, before we get there, right? Because there are some factors, right? Travis Scott, different artist, huge artist, right?
Right.
When he promotes his shit, right? He does that fucking rock star shit. Right, he does the rock star fucking. Oh, they chase me down the street. Oh, my fucking crowd is crazy. They unruly. You can't stop them.
Right.
That's kind of like that's what he kind of does. He does the fucking mosh pits. Like, I'm sure some of that combination was let's get the mosh pit going. People's trying to fucking push in to fucking get the moshes going. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to open up 3 and 4 fucking pits. That area is, of course, like the area that you can't get to, the higher ticket area. Right, that they pushed through. It was an influx of people going on. So when you say the artist has nothing, I think some of the influence for the situation is just kind of what has steadily been pushed, like, by the artist, is how he's just been going about with the thing. When they show shit, it's like, oh, these people there, they jumped the turnstiles. Oh, they was crazy. That's kind of what he encourages. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I heard a lot of.
That's kind of what he encouraged. That's just the marketing of him. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know where the absolute liability falls as far as how because like how you said it's his festival. He's not just the headliner. It is his festival under his brand. But there are people who do the booking. There are people, I don't know what the setup as far as the location and the promoters and how security has to be set up. Right. But they did have security. It was like 750 police officers there. It was security there. I don't know. They said a police chief said that he met with Travis shortly before and told him maybe security might not have been adequate for what was going on, so it's a lot of little contributing factors.
And then from what I understand, some of the accounts, like the crowd's yelling, stop because they're being pushed. Stop.
Man, who's gonna stop it at that point? That's what I'm thinking, because if you're on the stage, you don't hear that shit. You don't hear shit.
Well, I don't know, depending on how loud the crowd was, because I've been to arena concerts and you can hear what the crowd was saying.
But I'm saying, his music is playing. If it's not the whole crowd like literally chanting like you would be doing at a concert, then they're not really going. I mean, like I said, he's used to fucking mosh pits, pushing crowds, all that shit from the stage. All he's looking at was mostly fucking white. Some people, you know what I'm saying? There was a point where there was stops, so someone did see something. I saw a video where he said stop, like somebody is passed out. So there was a point where it got to that, but in general, like, they're doing a whole lot. They're paying attention to the crowd, but not really.
And then that's also where the crowd issue becomes, because again, we're just going on accounts. There was somebody who said that when somebody passed out and they were trying to help them, everybody rushed into that circle to like it's like, nope, that means I got an opening to get closer to him, instead of seeing like there's a reason.
Right.
There's a whole.
They said the venue was so packed, like if you would have jumped up, you would have just stayed up.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have
Which is why
came back down.
I can't put myself in those situations. Like, I can't. I've been in that. That's why I said I've had that happen in a smaller group and not even a big act like that, where I'm, to your point, at the front screaming, stop. Like, there's nowhere for me to go. Like, y'all are pushing. I'm already, like, there as to why I don't put myself in those situations because of that. And I'm not saying those people did, but seeing that people are so unruly now. I've gone to festivals, and
yes, it's a lot of people.
Depending on the type of festival you go to, you kind of know, like, that atmosphere is different. Again, not. But when you're with elderly people and like them jazz festivals, you don't get that.
Young hip hop crowd, man. I would, say I'm really I'm sorry for the like really young kids, saying that were victims in that. I mean, everybody that our condolences to all the victims, but like the really young kids. And what's crazy is I don't know if that's really the place
for them.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Why are they there
for that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of drugs promoted.
Yes.
And then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things. I mean, it's biggest hits and shit, right? It's a tragedy, man.
Yes,
I'm sorry that it went down. They say it's going to be billions of dollars worth of damages. I hope the dude is able to kind of recover from this. Like I said, honestly, I don't know how much liability he had. I don't know. He could have been hurt, all that shit, and had to find us to go and say, fuck that, we going. I don't know that either. He said he's paying, everybody's getting their money back for the tickets.
But people are
for things. He's getting sued out the fucking
because people are saying he didn't care and he should have stopped.
But that's what I'm saying. He should have stopped. At what point? That's a rough judgment to make. That he should have stopped. Because at what point would he be aware to stop?
Can he see all that on stage?
You're not sitting there going parsing that when you're on stage. You
don't know if somebody's dying. It's always fights at big ass concerts like that.
Like I said, his concerts are chaotic. At a concert, something that's that scale, right? He's the headliner. All right, Drake had came out, right? You got to hit marks. You got lighting. You got sound. You got all that shit on this big ass crowd. And like I said, this is somebody who fucking encourages mosh pits off jumps. So that's pushing and all of that. Like, that's crazy. Shit is crazy. It's real. It's like, that's all it is. Like, it's tragedy. Like, damn.
It definitely
that shit like happened.
Terrible.
It's going to be hard for hip hop festivals to get insurance after this watch. Like, to be able to put on stuff.
Right.
They're like, this was not, Rolling Loud hated this.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling Loud hated this because this is going to
change the game.
That's going to be a thing. And now it's going to,
everything go up.
Yeah, that's how one of those big festivals was moved from LA because it was at the Coliseum like every year for a long time, and they had to move it to Las Vegas because EDC, is it?
The EDC, they let you Daisy Garden. It just passed by. It just passed like a couple weeks ago.
And they had to move.
They arrested like 38.
All them drug dealers and shit.
Day and Night is this weekend. Out there in Vegas, the Day and Night Festival is this weekend.
Yeah.
That was the one Travis Scott was. He was scheduled to headline, I think tonight, and he dropped out.
I'm sure.
All right, let's change the energy a little bit. We were talking about the whole trans thing and all that a few weeks ago, and how this affects dudes, and how they be in disguise, right? So imagine you at the bar, see a nigga with a nice beard, looking fluffy. You know what I'm saying? Can't tell, looking fluffy. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell from the angle, but you catch the little eye, and then he turn around, come up to you, and it's a woman. Full beard, Rick Ross beard. How you feeling? You with it?
I don't. Why y'all niggas looking at me though?
I'm looking at everybody. You just was speaking right. Not you with it.
That's what you said.
I didn't mean you with it. I don't mean you with it. Because if you're not into women, you're not with it. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but that's not my issue. I do like women. You know that.
Yeah.
This would be like coming out if my mom ever listens to this. But anyway, I don't talk to women with facial hair. So
okay, what if you
I wouldn't be
what I really meant that I was kind of making reference to, like I said, how we be getting tricked. Say you was talking to this moment, you just assumed it was a dude because he got the whole beard. and it'll turn out as a
Is this
woman.
about that Atlanta thing? Where they now
you know it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was trying to see where you was coming at.
You know it.
This, so.
You hear the women with beard. They got in Atlanta and Houston. They out here. They getting full Rick Ross. Ugh.
Really? Is that necessary?
Hey, that's what they looking like out here.
Not infringing on nobody's rights. That's just stupid. Niggas getting weed beards is stupid, but that's just my opinion. Niggas doing it too.
Yeah,
but I'm not talking about them.
But yeah, it's stupid for me. It's just, but I don't know the life, so
that's why I asked the women.
Right. I just wanted to chime in.
You said you don't know the life.
Now, as far as what y'all like, that is a question for y'all. Ain't no stud with a beard can come talking to me.
Yeah, you what up, homie? What up, homie?
Ask for a lighter.
Hey, you want a drink, my nigga?
I'm good.
Damn, you friendly, dog.
No.
So if I came in here with a beard,
no cuffy.
I'm
I
laughing.
can't talk to you.
I'm laughing.
Call your ass
You
cuffy.
come in here with a
off that
beard, I'm
fucking
laughing
show.
at your ass.
As a mug, like a
You
motherfucker.
couldn't tell necessary Cuffy's thing. Though,
Y'all kind of wild.
That type of life.
No, I'm just saying. If you came in here with a beard, I would laugh.
Hard.
I'm just saying. How would you feel? Like I said, you in the bar and you can't talk. Get voice. You can't tell. Whole beard.
I can't tell.
You can't tell. I mean, that's the scenario that's presented like with the dudes. You can't tell. They pat. You can't tell, and then you have to end up finding out. It's almost like the women almost can end up in that bag if you can't tell. The beard will, I think, stop you from being able to tell on times when you would be able to tell.
Right. I just think, I don't like being tricked or deceived or anything. I'm the type of person to just put it out there for me. Like, I was chatting up with a new guy, and the new guy said, oh, what you want to know about me? And I said, I'm 42 years old, yo. So I've been through these games throughout my life. So I went right to, tell me something that you don't want me to know. And he was stuck. He's like, whoa, that's something. That dang, I've never heard that.
in my bag. Thank you.
So now with that,
I just lie.
just the stuff that well, you can.
Make up a story. You know that time.
Yeah.
That time at Macy's, they had the invisible they had the see-through elevator.
But the funny thing about it is when you hit somebody with that off guard like that, they don't. Most people aren't fast enough on their feet to make up something. So they go to their little skeleton closets. Now, they may have 10 things in their closet, but they're going to quickly decipher what is the least amount.
No real. I've used that before.
Yeah, so the level, at least the entry level of the skeletons. Yeah, right. What they're going to share. So anyhow, with that said, like, I really feel that I just want the truth shown to me. So if you're trying to trick me with the beard stuff, and it's just going to go all bad. Just tell me, okay, you are a woman who wants to wear a beard and identifies. Okay, well, am I interested? Maybe. Am I not? Maybe. Like, I have an option to choose if I want. I'd rather have the option to know everything and make my decision off of everything.
It's only right.
Yes.
It's not fair.
It's the same thing as
all
being
that trickery
DL
is you're victimizing somebody.
Oh, no. What to me is just interesting because it looks crazy. But like this almost presents the scenario that we can get, just because maybe in times where you might have been able to tell, that can hide it a little longer.
Right.
I'm saying? Now I've seen some pictures and some like shit on Instagram where you're like, damn, that's a whole buff ass nigga. And it was not. It was a trans, or it was a trans, dude. But I'm not talking about that.
Right. No, the trickery is real, bro. But I mean, like the sorcery is going around all over the place, all in different levels and everything. So, yeah, but that was interesting. I laughed at that, but good luck, ladies.
Yeah, now you out here with us.
Yeah.
Right. I saw a dope story. Well, it was like, I guess it turned dope. It was a missing girl in North Carolina, but she was rescued because she displayed a distress signal that they popularized on TikTok, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
I felt bad.
I mean, like I said, initially she was kidnapped.
But I'm saying the reason why I felt bad was since I'm not into, and it's not an Asian, it's just certain shit I'm not into. That had I passed somebody like that and they were doing it, it would have totally went over my head. So I'm actually glad that somebody who knew what she was doing.
Do you know what the signal is?
No, what is it?
No, not really.
It's a fist balled up with a thumb tucked in.
Right, and I'm saying that would have never.
Well, what do you do? You just go like this,
you just
and
kind of hold
that's it.
That's like that with the thumb tucked in, and people. You know what I'm saying? When you hold it, people.
But doesn't that mean something in sign language?
I don't
does.
know. But
No, it didn't. So I'm saying I
don't know. I'm just
people
saying,
might be thinking they wouldn't be thinking they doing ASL.
But maybe people. But that's possible. But it's probably more people that's on TikTok than know sign language.
So this mean trouble?
Yes, it's a distress signal.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying I'm glad somebody who understood that.
I didn't know this before the story either. This is just, but I thought it was neat that something like that could, it could occur. Like something, like I said, there was a distress signal. They did it on there and it worked out for somebody.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I wish some of that stuff was, you can't really make everything known because the person who,
but I think a story like this is how that makes something like that more universal. You know what I'm saying?
They have a stance. They would have died fucking with me. I wouldn't have noticed it neither.
Right, and that's what made me feel bad because certain things I don't know, so I would have drove right past and probably not even paid no attention.
And that's my problem because I don't even mind my business. Like, oh shit, you fucked off. I'm not even in your shit. Like, it's just weird. I don't want you fucking with me. I'll be tunnel vision. So God bless the people that understood that because you out here, man, like you never know if these motherfuckers these people kids or what the fuck going on. And shit be wild. You be like, if they hurt that motherfucker.
You see people assume things all the time and it ends up being wrong.
And I got a real, I'll tell you one day about it, but it's just like I was in a situation, like to this day I hunch because I don't know what the fuck was going on. But one, I was too young to do anything about it, but two, it wasn't my business. So on that Spider-Man shit. So good to the pedestrian has obviously tied in with their kids and on the TikTok wave because some of that shit is helpful. And the kids are doing what they know, and that's the important thing. See, this is where they at. We're not there, but this is where they at. So that's what's the dope part, that somebody was hip enough to understand where this baby was at and was able to help this baby.
Because there's all kinds of parallels with that. Like there's the thing about the angel shot. When you're at the bar by yourself and you think the guy is going to get you, you ask the bartender for an angel shot. And the bartender is supposed to know, like, oh, call the police to help you out or not let you go out or whatever. Really? Same thing with me. You call and you order a pizza or whatever, that thing. That's not a real thing. That was just somebody with intuition to know. And now we know if you're talking in code, like, okay, we're just aware of it.
To be alerted.
Well, you were saying even about just not being fully aware. How many people are like, women are like sex trafficked and stolen, right? So this lady just had an issue where she was with her daughter. I think she's a white lady and her daughter's mixed, black and white.
I saw that.
And she was taking her kid on the plane and the stewardess, flight attendant, flagged her like, hey, this ain't right. They're not together. In situations, flight attendants have stopped that and saved people 1 million times. Whatever happened, flagged her, arrested her, took her, or questioned her and took her back. She's like, this is my kid. Wrong.
As a parent, I want you to do me and be wrong, but do it. If that's what the fuck you think.
That's how I feel.
That's my baby. So do it.
Right.
Like you shouldn't be offended. It's irritating as fuck.
Right.
But when you think about it, you need these safeguards in place. So at the end of the day, you probably be bad.
Look, the world was we paid attention a lot more before. Now it's kind of like blinders on, windows up in the car. Yes. Like everything, all that. Like it's very disconnected.
And the game is a lot more complicated.
Yeah, and I've had
more potholes.
I've had the situation with myself. One of my friends, because I work nights, I get off and I take her kid to school. And she never really talked about her kid's father. So I know nothing. I'm rolling up. I'm very responsible when it comes to other people's kids. So I don't just drop her off by. No, we go to the door. I watch. Okay, you in that classroom. Good. That's where I saw you walk through. There's no exit in the back.
Not playing,
so this one particular morning, I'm rolling up. And it just happens that the school is in Los Angeles, okay? So the population, she's literally the only black girl at this at the school. So we rolling up and this black man walking. So, I kind of pulled her a little bit closer because why is there's no other black kid here? So what's this black man doing here? So he comes closer and she's like, Daddy. And I'm like, what are you doing at the school? Again, no words. So now he's like coming. I'm walking with him and we going to school together. We not doing this. So I make sure she with the teacher. I call her mom. Hey, yo, Daddy, who's Daddy? Come to find out it was Donuts with Dad's Day. She forgot to tell me. He's there. So she tells him the story. Oh, she thought, we had like some kind of strange situation. He got mad. What's wrong with her? Why would she think I'd be... What? I would want everybody, please treat my children like that and take that type of care. Please.
I agree. I don't have any kids, but, what I'm saying? Look for the, it'd be better to look out.
Yes,
people used to look out and at least pay attention.
I think we need to start sharing a lot of that information with each other though, because like now that I know things like that, again, I'm not a TikTok person, but I think to your point with the kids and stuff, I think as kids are changing, they're learning different things. Share that shit. Like she a 911 upper, I would have never thought to call and say I'm ordering a pizza if I'm in distress. But now hearing her say that, I'm like, well, shit, I need to remember if anything ever happened. I do that either. Like we need to start sharing with each other. 911,
but the nigga right there next to you, like, yeah, let me get a fucking. You ain't gonna like this nigga trying to fucking stab me.
They was really able to do that though, and like whoever they were with weren't questioning that. Like
probably not, because if somebody did this,
well, but the passerby.
But you have to know that.
No, I'm talking about the I'm ordering a pizza example.
Yes, it went down basically like the lady called. She was like, I want to order pizza. And then the 911 dispatcher said, ma'am, this is the, 911. Yes, I know. And then she's like, okay, so I want a pepperoni pizza. The dispatcher was able to like, okay, you still on this. Either you're going to be cuckoo. Because it's funny, doing the job myself, you get this intuition about the people you're talking to. It's weird. You get these spidey senses sometimes. And you're like, what? And she's able to make the connection. And she was like, are you in trouble? She's like, yes. I want an extra large one. And then she went with it. Okay, what's your address? And that's how she was able to give the address out.
I'm more so saying like the person that was
fucking
hurting them. Yeah, they never raised that suspicion. I guess it will only be suspicious if they weren't like a kidnapper or something like that. If it was like an abusive husband.
Same as a domestic abuse situation.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you hungry? I'm gonna order a pizza.
Exactly. Because you just whooped me again. I know I'm about to get beat one more time.
Mm-hmm. So share this information. This I like this. On that note, we're gonna dip out. Ready to dip out?
Yes.
You know what? You rushed to dip out this time, and I didn't even have to rush to go see my show.
You already locked it.
I love you got to drive like 20 hours though, so it's cool that it was mindful for other than your show. I appreciate you.
But you know what? He don't be worried about that 20-hour drive. When I be saying we need to get out of here so I could go watch BMS.
Shit, I just be a hostage
going on all day.
We all are a hostage.
This has been going on all day.
This is lovely.
See what I'm doing?
Family up in here.
All right, man. we gonna do the thing. We gonna do the thing. Y'all gonna give them your info and we gonna get out of here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes to you, no to him.
All right, man. Shanni Love, man.
Oh, I'm up first. This is strange, I don't even know what to say. Well, first I'd like to give an honor to I'm kidding. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at Love So Outspoken. And that's it.
Man, y'all know I'm all over the place. Instagram and TikTok, it's Novels by B. My YouTube is only Barb, and my Twitter is Agent 99 Time.
What time? Tash.
My Twitter and my IG are mocha_vibes. Vibes spelled VYBEZ.
Okay, and Cash.
What up, Vern? On Instagram, hit the link below. Take you everywhere you need to go.
Hey, I like that. I got some rapping and rhyming.
Hey, I'm JJ Dynamite, the coolest ninja you know. You can catch me at Club Dynamite, change the U to a V. Also, make sure that you go check out our Instagram for Deez Ninjas at Deez Ninjas Pod. Actually, everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Deez Ninjas Pod is the... What's the name? The tag.
The ad is Deez Ninjas Pod. The little ad, Deez Ninjas Pod, ninjas with an S.
Go check out our YouTube page at www.youtube.com/Deez Ninjas Network. Make sure that you like and share and subscribe, please. Make sure also, on the pictures, we get a lot of likes, but not a lot of comments. So, what I'm saying? Tap in, talk to us. That helps. Feel me? That helps us, and it helps us to, you talk to us, we talk to you. If you see stuff that you're interested in, you might want us to talk about, add us, in that post or whatever, different stuff, tap in.
Tap in.
Tap in.
Tap.
Tap, tap, tap in. Mm-hmm. All right. Now we about to go ahead and get up out of here. Taz don't have to watch BMF tonight because she was one of the few people that got to watch it in the 2-hour window.
Hey, I need to shoot the homegirl some kind of something because she's very loyal to y'all show, 50.
Hey, on the real, shoot me something too, because I'll be watching it too.
And there's no shade. She should get some.
And
find something.
Kamala, shoot her some chucks and pearls as well.
Just come out on Cape Cod Island and wave to a nigga.
Hey, look. Hey, Kanye said that shit enough. Hey, where you at? Where you at?
That was a personal revelation. But you know, I'm a news nigga, so I just wanted to poke her head out and shit.
Right. All right, man.
Pieces.
We out of here.